Okay, everything is done except I have to plug this in. And this is long enough. Here you go, right here. Plug that in, and this has to be hooked up to a constant hot. Well, now we have another problem. This is the switch. I don't want the switch out there all the time. I want the switch inside the van, and when I go out, I can plug it in, do what I gotta do, and then unplug it. Well, this has to be to a constant hot, so that's part of this. It's connected. So I got to do two things, and I'm hoping that one of them would be the right one. Inside this plug, there is a power line that comes off of the solenoid. If it's a constant hot, I can just tie this wire into that plug on that hot side and not have to worry about it. If it's not, then I'm going to have to put some type of a quick disconnect on this wire without wasting a double connect, if you know what I mean. See, this is what I mean. They don't think these things out. You know, all they think out is the dollars. I mean, if that is a constant hot, fine. If it isn't, well, you should have thought about this before instead of asking somebody to hook up extra wires. So I have these things, you know, and I've got them in different gauges as well. The thing is, you know, I don't want to, I'd hate to have to waste that just to use the hot side. And I don't have any singles. I got the 4s, I got the 5s, I got the 3s, I got the 2s. But I have no onesies. Well, I guess I can get away with using this piece of crap if I had to. But, yeah, like I say, so I got to go out there with the test probe now and see if that is a constant hot on the relay. Because if it is, the wire's already traveling down in here, in the other side. So when I plug this in, it's got power. See, there's a power in here that operates the switch, but is it a constant? That's what I need to find out. Actually, if it is, I might be able to just, if this switch can be opened, I can just tie a jumper in here. You know, just put a jumper across in here and eliminate this wire completely. So anyway, we got to check it out. First thing I got to do is go out and check that. But I'm going to have a cup of coffee first, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, what I'm thinking here on this switch is this hot wire comes into here. And I'm connected to it now, so if I can just find the other probe, here it is. We have continuity. So that's the hot wire, the red wire. The red wire goes to here. Now, this yellow, and there's another one down there, I can't tell what the actual color is, have nothing on them at this point other than going to here. So what I'm thinking is, we'll find out in a second, I'm wondering if this switch, when I rock it one way, it's going to give me continuity to one of these, so I should get a beep, because this should jump this, or this one the other way. So we have continuity there, which we're supposed to have. That's the red wire. And down here, we have none. That's that one. Okay, and that's that one. Okay. So you follow me so far? So far? See if I can get you up a little higher. That ain't gonna help. Anyway, this is what I'm gonna do. So now I'm gonna take this, which we have continuity there, and I'm gonna put it on this one, and I'm gonna flip the switch and see if we get something. Get nothing there. We get it there. Okay. Now down here, the bottom one, we should get it the other way. And go back up, it's there. So this is supplying power to the switch, which is actually bringing it back down into here to the winch. So that's how that works. Okay. I just wanted to verify it all to make sure. So there's no way that I can use or put a jump in here because it just has to be the way that it is. So that tells me that this switch is what it is and I can't modify it. Okay. So, put the screws back together. Actually, I don't really need this bracket on here because I'm not going to be carrying it like that. We don't need that on there. I may need it because of the space. You know what I mean? It may take up a little space, so if I don't use it, I may have to put a couple washers in play. So we will see. Yeah, I got to put a couple washers in because the plate is taking up the length of the screws. And that's just going to aggravate me if I keep it on there. You know what? Let me put it there so I don't lose it. And if I decide I need it down the line, it's there. And I don't have to look for washers to fit. Okay. Now, that also tells me that I can't do what I wanted to do with tying it into the relay on the other end because it's sending power back. It's not taking power from. So on the relay, the wire that's coming off the relay, the power line that's coming off is actually a power line going in instead. So this does have to be hooked up to a constant hot in order for it to work. Or a key on off hot, but then you'd have to have your key on in order for it to work. But that's the way it's going to be. So I have to hook this up direct to the battery. So I might as well just get some loom and put all that back. Oh, that's the other phone, I ain't gonna worry about that. Now you think they would have put this casing down the rest of the way as well. I mean, there's a lot of little things that they've done that they should have thought about. Or at least give you casing. I mean, it's not like these are cheap. I bet you the one I have up there that I got from eBay for 60 bucks has more going for it as far as fitting properly than this one does. We'll take that one down and look at it in a minute. Because I haven't even opened the box yet. I bought it because I was going to use it for the green screen. But it's overkill. I don't need one. I don't need a 2000. The only reason why I bought it, even thinking about using it, is because the price was right. You know, for 60 bucks, you know, what the hell, you know, but it is overkill. Alright, so I got to run a wire from a constant hot, which there's one on that relay that I can use, that I ran to the battery already. And then I have to run it down, and I have to have something like this dangling underneath the grill, because I need one of these wires. It's a shame. Let's go over here and look at something for a minute. I gotta order another roll. Actually, I gotta order 2 rolls. I got some black down here, but I don't think that's... Let's see what the gauge is on it. I don't know. Well, it may be all right. I may have enough black. Yeah, okay. I just have to order red. Good. All right. I won't order that on eBay. We already know that story. Not unless I can get road rage on eBay. Well, I can look. Okay, now this one is a little too thin. Seeing that it's running the power, I need something a little heavier, but these are way too heavy. Way too heavy. What's this one? That's too heavy as well. I really don't need anything that heavy. What's this one? Oh, those are going to connectors, so I don't want to use that one. Oh, goodness gracious here. What can I do? I don't have any pull connectors, or what you call it, the pull connectors, right. Well, you know what I bet you I could do? You know what I can do? I can put a lighter plug on it and just run the power side to the lighter plug. Don't use the negative side, just use the power side. And on the other end, I'll put the female, because I have waterproof females. So on that red wire, when I plug in the mic plug, I can just plug in this plug, and I got it. I like to get one with the double, what you call it, stuff, so it'll hold. Well, I don't need that one. And I also want to be able to get into it, because I'm going to have to get in there to wire. Here's when it's all pulled apart. What's this one look like? Let me see. Is everything in there that I need? Let me see here. Here's the ground, which I don't need. Here's the center, which I do need. That'll screw into there. You know what? This one may do the trick. This will go here. And it's got a good spring on it, so that'll keep that in. These I'm not going to use for connection. They're just going to be used to hold it in place. Yeah, you know what? I can use this one. Good. And it's already scrapped, so I'm not going to just use it for such. That's why I keep things around. Whoops, put this one back. That's why I keep this crap laying around. You never know when you're going to need it for something stupid. So I'll take that red wire, hook it up to this thing directly. Put this all together. I don't need a fuse because there's no fuse in it anyway. So all I got to do is solder that wire to this tip. So I got to take that knot. Let's turn the solder iron on. Okay. And this wire is going to get soldered into here. This I'm not going to use. Do I even need that piece of bushing? No. What time is it anyway? Oh, it's 2:15. All right.
Needs to have a young, vibrant energy and have panache. She's going to be gregarious, but they need to have a plethora of experience.
That's 14:50. 14:15. Add to add to. So this is going to go in here, just like so. Wait, sure. Why don't I just throw that spring across the room? So, I'm waiting for the solder iron to heat up. The spring's going to go in here. The tip will go in here, and then I can screw this on there. I want to get the piece of black wire off of this because I really don't need this on there for now. These are only going to be there for tension to hold it in. That's all they're going to be there for. So those are just going to be sitting there like so. Just to give me some tension. Give me some tension.
Yeah, she really is.
So you worked at a boxing gym, right?
Come on, what do I gotta do? Put solder on you?
I went to the World Championships.
Now sometimes if you can't get the solder off, you want to add solder, believe it or not. Okay, so let's get this piece off here.
Love it. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you as well. I feel a warm and fuzzy inside. That was like an immediate hire.
I may have to add solder. What?
Hello. Hey, what's up, James? Hey, what's going on, man? What position are you looking for, sir? Busboy. Busboy?
Come on, almost. I see you getting ready. There you go. Good solder. Good solder. Okay, now let me gump up this end with a blob.
I'm scared. I'm nervous.
Let me put a blob in here. Oh, there's already a blob in there. Okay. So let's stick this down here and get that melted and stick this in there. All right. Okay. So let it be done. So let it be written. Throw that one on. Okay. Did you see what I just did? Fool! And you didn't stop me. Have to put it through the spring first. And you let me do it.
You were correct. And that was a really good guess. Nice job.
Ron. Could have said something, you know. Whoop. Come on. I don't want cold solder, so let's do this again. All right.
Some of our products are just better than others. The best things in life are made simply.
All right, so let that cool for a second. All right, so this is going to fit in there like that. See? And it's supposed to stay, but it's not staying. It doesn't want to cooperate. Got a lot of tension on it. See? Now there is something I have to do. As you can see, the wire will cut, so I have to drill a hole.
Someone finds love on eHarmony. Start free today. Wow.
Or I can just melt it with a solder iron. But nah, I don't want to do that. Then I make a mess of my solder iron. Let me go over here and drill something. Hold on a minute.
Celebrate the New Year's and new clothing food with unlimited. Join T-Mobile now. You get unlimited Samsung Galaxy S9 included, just $40 per line. You said you'd rather spit dirty socks than clean the bathroom? That's nuts. With starting bubbles, cleaning doesn't have to stink. It
Almost. Hold on. Gotta move this out of the way. It's gonna come up in this direction. See, I'll reckon the threads.
Show your gut some love.
Much better.
Only after
Okay.
$1 billion antibiotics.
So we're all set there. So we got that covered.
With 20 years of devotion to gut health, Activia, like no other.
Wolfman Jack. Golden days of radio.
Do you think Denise is gonna fire James? I don't like seeing people go down. Like I'm rooting for everybody.
Now I want to make sure.
I just don't want to see him get fired because Katie basically said, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Basically,
I don't have to worry about shorting out too much because I'm not going to have the lighter plug ground hooked up either. So I don't have to worry about it too much on that end. You know, if this shorts out to the side, because if the inside of the lighter plug ground isn't hooked up, it's not a big deal. I just don't want to cut the wire, so I wanted to give myself a little bit of leeway. Little bit. Okay. And then I can just put a dab of glue on that one. So now I'm going to put this down here and hopefully then get that down some. There we go. And get that to stay in place. Like I say, I don't want to cooperate. It's being difficult. Let's see if I can get this on here. We'll be all set. Even if it doesn't want to cooperate, I can force it into cooperating like that. Yeah. Now we put this in here. What's up, buddy? I need more spring action. It's not enough. Not enough. Now the first time it went pretty easy. I don't see it happening this time. Oh. Okay, so now let's put this on here. That helps hold that together. This screws in here. We have spring. We have springy. Put a little lube on that. Don't have to worry about it. Put a little tight on that because we don't have to worry about taking that off. And we got our holder. So let me get some hot glue and put in there. Yeah, buddy. I had to buy a heavy-duty glue gun. I don't know if I told you guys or not. Justin sent me a nice one. I have one that it was a little 10 watt or whatever, which was okay. But there were some things that I had to do that it just wouldn't handle. However, there was things I was doing a lot with it, and it was just starting to get to a point to where it didn't want to work anymore. You know, I mean, I'm sitting there and the glue is cooling before it even sticks to anything. That's how bad it was. And I did a video, and Justin, Captain Crazy, or whatever, Captain Jerk. I'm sorry, Justin. Sent me another glue gun, which was great because I didn't have another small one like that, and I was using it right along, but I still needed a big one. So a couple, 3-4 weeks ago maybe, I seen this one on I think it was Amazon or something, I don't remember where, Yeah, it was Amazon. And this one here is 100 watt and 60 watt. Came with a few sticks, and I like this one because it has the longer tip on it. It's not just that little, so it gives you a chance to really get in there. You know what I mean? So if I wanted to give this thing a there's room for a light too. I don't need a light. If I wanted to give this thing a colonoscopy, I can do it. I have the technology. And I may just shove it up in there anyway. I'm just waiting for it to heat up a little bit. So that's not a bad little gun. I think it was 23 bucks. I'm not positive. So, so I got fingerprinted last night. And then, I was reading on the today. You seeing it? Well, you'll see it. That Brantford's having their yearly bonfire with ice sculptures and entertainment and so on and so forth on the green from 6 to 7:30. And I was reading about it, and next thing I know, I got to be there. So. No, I'm part of it. I'm done with the solder. Yeah, turn the solder off. So, I got to be there 5:45. But meanwhile, anyway, this is done. We got the glue in there. I just want to make sure that we're injecting it into the cavity. Yes, injection to the cavity. Let me get another glue stick. I just want to make sure that I don't pull the wire out. I don't need it most. And then be out there kneading it and have the wire in my hand. And then I got to start running jumpers. Okay, so that's done. So let me unplug the heat gun. Let me go hang it up. Hang it up. Okay. Now let that glue get done, and I just got to get a lighter plug. There we go, a lighter plug. All I got to do is hook up the hot side. I'm not going to hook up the negative side, so I don't have to worry about it shorting out. If I do, I'll just put a jumper on it, make it hot on both ends, so I don't have to worry about it. So, alright, I don't need anything heavy for this one, so let me pull down, let me see, what's this one? I don't need anything heavy, but I don't need anything super light either. 16 gauge, that looks a little bit heavier than 16. You know what though, I only need the positive side, so let's see if I got some positive wire that I can use. Wait a minute. I think I do. That's too heavy. I'm looking over here at my scrap wire. I need about 6 feet. But I don't want anything super heavy. This is too thin. This even has a fuse in it, but that's too heavy. And I can always use that for something else in the radio world, so I don't want to... The thing is, I got the wire up there. I guess I should just use it and throw some black wire. What's this one? Well, this one I just have in my hand. Okay, wait a minute. There's another saw down there, but that's got a masonry blade on it. No, too thin. All right, instead of going nuts, I might as well just take a piece of this 12 gauge and split it down. I've already done this once before, and I'll have extra black wire laying around. Let me put you up here for a minute. Let me cut this. What time is it anyway? 20 of 3. Okay, so that should run to where I need it to be. So I'm just wrapping this up so I can throw it down here with the other stuff. And then this is what I got here. So now what I'm going to do with this is I'll put an end on it. Actually, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to put 2 ends. This way, if this does grab into the power line, it'll still be power. It won't be negative, so I don't have to worry about it. Now, I better not, because if I do that, and somebody plugs something in there by mistake, thinking it's a regular lighter plug, it'll burn up on them. Alright, I better not do that. You gotta think about it. You're not always going to be there. And you don't want to blow up somebody's system in any way, shape, or form because they decided to plug in to what appeared to be a lighter plug. And I can see it happening. Alright, so this is going to go here. And this is going to go to power. This is going to be in there. I don't have to worry about it. And when I take this, I can just take this, plug this into the mic jack, plug this into this, and we're done. All I want to do now is put some more loom around this, so I don't have all these 2 separate wires. Okay, so that's that. Let me put another end on this one. On this side. Oops, cut too much wire. Shame on me. And let me get an eyelid. I can probably get away with one of the bigger ones.
Probiotic, also available in convenient single serve.
Yes.
Just got massive funding.
Oh, wow, really? Tell me more.
Okay, I call it the calculator. It's a calculator for your cat. I just got the idea when my cat stepped on my calculator.
Oh, thank goodness. Hi, Lena. Is now a good time to go through your tax return line by
Come on. Oh, you don't see what I'm doing here, huh?
Take your time.
Sorry, guys. Well, you guys must be used to that, me doing things and you're not seeing them because I'm not paying attention to the lens or the screen. Okay, so let me see. If this goes down here, this is going to come around and go up. This is perfect. Now I have 2 options. I can drill a hole and just seat it right into part of the grill, and you'll never see it because of the color. That'll probably be the only option. Instead of, yeah, that's going to be the best option. Let me find a bit. A bit? Yes. Let me find a bit. Oh, sorry, guys. That's too big. That's too small. Almost. Not quite. I need 1 inch and 1/8. 1 inch and 1/8. Inch and a Perfect. Alright, I'm not going to take you out there, guys. I'll be back. Okay. Now, the only thing I got to do now is get my plate back on. And I can put that under the winch. I really don't have to put it back on, but it's good to have it on. Alright, so I got some black paint in my hand right now. Here's the lighter plug adapter. That's hooked up to the relay. Alright, now I got a cover that I'm going to make for this, so I don't have to worry about it. But I did spray some of that rust check stuff that Steve up there in Canada had talked about. It's good stuff, it really is. So I bought a couple cases of each. I think I told you that. And this is where the plug plugs into. Right here. This is just a fake plug to keep the connectors from going bad. Alright, but I unscrew this and plug in, and then I plug the other one into here, and then I have power to the winch. What I want to do now is just spray some paint on there. Kind of cover everything up a little bit so it's not as noticeable, sticking out like a sore thumb. And some of the red wires that you're seeing, I'm going to spray some paint on those. There. Good. Now it'll dry flat. This is a flat, it's not a gloss. And it's good for plastics and all that kind of stuff. There. I got a wire showing that I don't want to show. Oh, I'm at it. Might as well get it all done. There. You get people that can see it. Next thing you know, they're going to be wanting to cut it on you. So, alright. So, oops. Step on the can with a knife. There. I'll put some silicone on that because it goes through, so I don't want it to end up leaking on me. And that should do it. Now, I'm not going to check it until tomorrow because I got to start getting ready for tonight. So, but tomorrow this will all be dry, and all I got to do is unscrew that, plug in, and it should work. So that's where we're at, guys. And then I'll worry about putting some rust check on it tomorrow. After the paint dries. And we're done. So, okay. See, I was thinking at one time of just putting it inside. But there just wasn't enough room in there. And if I had to get in there with my hand to turn the clutch or the lock to engage or disengage, I probably won't be able to get my paw in there and turn it at the same time. So, but it would have been out of the way. It would have been nicer if it was in, but it just wasn't going to line up the way I needed it to and have room for it at the same time. So this is where it's at. So, all right, we're done.